Kid, and I'm back with another video. And this topic is a little different because, I've been seeing this on my timeline. Hold on, let me wipe this thing off real clear for you guys. There you go. I've been seeing this topic like on my news feed a lot like this week, and I'm just like, why is this topic like trending like so heavy like this? But I just kind of want to throw in like my 2 cents about it, and then I'm gonna exit stage left. Okay. Um. Um. So it's a lot of people that are kind of like, you know, talking about polygamy. Anyways, um. So I hear a lot. Some people are with it, and some people are against it. I always found polygamy to be very interesting as a little girl, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. My my sister and I, when we were younger, like in our teen years, we used to watch this show called Big Love, right? Big Love. And this show was so interesting. And it was because when I watched the show, I had never ever heard of one man having multiple wives. And I'm 16 years old watching this show. And my sister and I used to find it like real interesting, you know, that this man had all these wives. Like we used to binge watch Big Love. The main character of the show, his name was Bill Paxton, and he had all like I think it was like 3 wives, maybe 4. I think it was like 3. One was blonde, one was a brunette, one was a redhead, I believe. I don't know. I don't remember, but Bill Paxton had 3 wives. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so interesting watching how Bill interacted with all 3 of his wives. Like their relationship, the relationship that Bill had with all 3 of his wives was like so different. And the way he communicated and interacted with all 3 of these women, you know, he had a thick wife, he had a skinny wife, he had me like he had, blonde, brunette, like for real, like Bill was doing it. Like you know, I just liked the show. It was a good show. Now, do I agree with polygamy? Uh, yes. Why do I agree with it? Because it's biblical. You know what I'm saying? It's the Most High did not. You know what I'm saying? Like say that polygamy. He never. It wasn't frowned upon. It was in scriptures. Like he even told David, like you didn't have to. Like basically, David was being greedy when he stole Bathsheba and killed her husband or had her husband killed. You know what I'm saying? And because the Most High said, look, if you wanted more wives, I would have given you more wives. Like you didn't have to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that part being said, the Most High was willing to give David more wives. Mind you, David went through all this persecution. Like he went through gang stalking, he went through hell. I'm saying you just read the book of Psalms, you'll know exactly what David went through. And at the end of that, David became king when he was blessed with all the wives he wanted. So polygamy is not shunned by God. Okay, God, he encourages, like I wouldn't say encourages, but he's okay with that. Whatever you want, like for real, you know. Does he encourage women having multiple husbands? Absolutely not. That is not okay. Now, what I think about men practicing polygamy, some of these men out here don't know how to do it right. Like that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like having a polygamous marriage should still be the same as you know, like having one wife, but you're having that relationship with multiple women. You know, I'm not trying to compare polygamous relationship with Big Love and Bill Paxton and his wives because it's only a TV show, right? But like one thing I did love watching the show is that Bill was intimate with all of his wives. He never ever made one wife feel like she was better than the other. He never ever made a one wife feel like she was the head wife. All of the wives went to Bill for whatever issues. You know what I'm saying? They all had their own individual roles to play in that marriage. And Bill never ever. One thing I noticed in the show is that he never ever went to another wife to discuss what's going on with his other wives. Whatever they had going on, they had that going on, and then whatever they got going on over here, they had that going on. Bill never kind of like pillow talked about one wife to another wife. You know what I'm saying? And I really respected that because if that was like an actual polygamous marriage, right? And you are the man and you have, let's say you got three wives or whatever, right? And you're laying down after sex or whatever with one wife and you start pillow talking about the other wife to one wife, now you got the wife that you're pillow talking with stalking the other wife's social media, YouTube channels, looking at all of her photos on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the other wife kind of like obsessing. Oh, the wife you're pillow talking with, obsessing over the wife that you were pillow talking about. You know what I'm saying? And so now that's going to cause a rift within the household because now the wife that you're gossiping or pillow talking, you know what I'm saying, about the other wife with, now she's gonna feel like she's superior to that wife because in good standing with the husband. You know what I'm saying? So now she's gonna start to look down at that wife. She's gonna start to feel like she's better than that wife. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start to treat the wife that you pillow talk with much better than the wife that you were talking about because you feel comfortable talking to that wife about other people. You know what I'm saying? About the other wives. So you're putting that wife that you're pillow talking with on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Or some men don't know that they subconsciously make one wife feel like she's better or more superior than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like if you're gonna have a polygamous marriage, you need to know how to have balance as a husband. See, that's the thing. Not every man should, not every man is like able to do polygamy. Not every man should be able to do that because some men don't have balance. Some men lack empathy. Some some men lack compassion, and those are things that we need as a woman. We need compassion. We need affection and all of that stuff. And if you feel like, then another thing is if you feel like you don't feel comfortable enough showing comfortable enough showing affection with your wife in front of people, then that's probably not the woman that you need to be marrying. Like, let's keep it real. You should not marry somebody that you're not willing to hug or kiss in front of others. Like, I see people like that's weird to me. You know, then you're clearly not marrying that woman for the right reason if you feel like you can't be affectionate to your wife around others. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I would never ever marry a man who felt like he could not kiss me in front of other people or show affection towards me in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're trying to hide me, and I'm not with that. Like I would personally would never ever date a guy that wouldn't do that. I've never been with a man like that, and I would not start now. Like for real, I trust me, I would not start now. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, some men really, really don't. They don't know how to run a polygamous marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to actually doing it, like I really, really feel like they really just don't really know how to do it the right way. You know, like, and if I feel like if you're a man that's looking into having a polygamous marriage, then you need to they're like, girl, where are you at? I'm back at the tire shop, y'all. Oh my gosh. So if you're looking into having a polygamous marriage, then you need to learn balance, okay? Learn to have compassion. If honestly, compassion and affection should come naturally, with your wife. And if it doesn't come naturally, that's probably not your wife. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it, and then it's just like Um, what else? I feel like there was there was something totally else that I wanted to throw in there. Yeah, in having like boundaries set, because at the end of the day, even though we're all married to one man, these are all three separate marriages. You like you're her husband, you're my husband, and you're her husband. So it's like we're all sharing the same husband, but it's different. Like we all have our separate relationships with that husband. So it's like, why are you putting all of my business in the ear of the next wife when you can easily just come talk to me about it? Or why are you talking to me about her business when you need to go talk to your other wife about what's going on between you and her? Because if you're talking to me about what's going on between you and her, then chances are you're gonna go talk to her about what's going on between me and you. And our marriage is completely separate from your marriage with her. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, I would get into a polygamous relationship, but you got to be like Bill Paxton, honey. You got to know how to do it right. You got to be like a Bill Paxton, baby. For real. You got to know how to have like that separate relationship, that separate. You got to know how to separate. You know what I'm saying? Is that so so? That's my mechanic's name. Sorry, guys. You're just looking at me all type of sideways. It's like, what are you doing here, girl? They've been seeing me like every day this week. They're like, girl, you might as well go ahead and run you up a tab, okay? I'm really about to. Anyways, that's pretty much my stance on polygamy. If I don't I agree with it. It's great. You know what I'm saying? But just know how to do it right. Like, don't have the other wives all up in, the next wife's business like that. Now you got the one of the wives looking at you some type of way, like, you know what I'm saying, stalking, like, oh, what is she doing? Like, that's just weird energy. Like, the Holy Spirit revealed something to me about that, but I'm not gonna dig deep into it. Like something like the other woman knows about you or something, like what other woman? But it was weird. But anyways, yeah, like don't pillow talk about one of the wives to the other wives. That's weird. Like, that's weird. Like, if you're having a separate marriage with that person, have that separate marriage. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Mm. I should probably go home and just like call today completely off and lay down. But yeah, just have that complete separate marriage with that person. Like, don't invite all of the wives and to talk about that one wife, and they have all of the wives in the household looking at that one wife sideways because you done told all her business to the whole household. Now the energy in the house is all thrown, to the left, and everybody tiptoeing around the wife you even talked about. It's weird. Anyways, will I ever join a polygamous marriage? Probably not. But this is just my 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it would be kind of interesting, you know, especially if the wives were actually pretty dope and we can all vibe together. Like, I wouldn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably not gonna happen. Like, that's like a once in a lifetime, because not a lot of men are doing that, like, at all. But anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Y'all will in peace.